Hello and welcome back. My name is RDF and in today's video we are going to analyse Diego Simeone's tactics so far this season at Atletico Madrid. We're going to recreate that tactic in Football Manager, but we also have some training schedules and we're going to check the results. So make sure you stay tuned. Without the further hold up, let's get started. Simeone's team have been one of the most consistent sides over the past decade, not only on form but on system and style of play. This season, Atletico have been playing some fantastic football with all of their stars in full flow and introducing the 3 at the back system. Atletico currently sit on top of the table, 5 points ahead and with a game in hand. They have won 18 games from their 24 in the La Liga, whilst having the best defence so far, only 16 goals conceded. Here is a tactical analysis of Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, brought to you by myself and the Mastermind. The Argentine manager has shown a high degree of fluidity with his formations this season. Atletico have operated in their usual 4-4-2 formation, but that has changed to a 3-5-2, 3-4-1-2 and a 3-4-2-1 formation. With the capability of players like Trippier, Lodi and Carrasco to operate as wing-backs, Simeone might see the 3-5-2 as a long-term plan for his side. It's also important to note Atletico's players have remained extraordinarily versatile as always, contributing to Simeone's flexibility with his formations. Atletico so far this season have been better in possession of the ball, but don't favour a slow build-up. Most of their goals are scored with only a few touches or passes on the ball, but they are very capable of playing out from the back with players like Mario Hermoso in defence and Koke in central midfield. The two players are key. Mario Hermoso has the ability of a ball-playing defender. He can bring the ball out, look for a risky pass, and when Atletico are in possession, he often stretches play and shifts out wide. Koke is the playmaker in the side and receives the most touches of the ball, 1,618, and has completed the most passes as well, 1,265. When the ball is with Atletico's defence, Koke would be the player to drop deeper in order to receive the ball and to move it forward. Another player would not operate on the same line as Koke. This season, Luis Suarez has been the perfect frontman for Atletico so far, scoring 16 goals in La Liga, contributing 36% of their goals, while João Felix has improved massively for his side. The force of Barcelona and Liverpool man is also adept at coming deep and linking up with others. His excellent first touch and solid play with his back towards the goal has allowed a player like Angel Carrera to get forward more often on the overlap and contribute more goals and assists than he did last year at this stage. With a player like Yannick Carrasco also back at the club, Atletico suddenly look a more complete side again, particularly with João Felix finally filling the void left when Antoine Griezmann left the club. And positive football may not be the first thing to pop up in your mind when thinking about Diego Simeone, but so far Atletico have scored the second most goals in La Liga, 45. They also average 11.17 shots per game, which ranks them 5th, and had 579 touches in the attacking penalty box, which ranks them 4th. So before we talk about their compactness in defence, it was worth mentioning that this season their attack has been just as effective. But now for the compactness in defence, their mid or low engagement is practically normality with Atletico at this point, and it is still very much a feature of their play so far this season. They've improved in possession and goal scoring, but the defensive structure hasn't really changed. It's either the 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1, sitting deep, narrow and compact, or 3-5-2 with an extra midfielder and extra centre back compacting central areas. This narrow approach to the defensive structure forces their opponents to the outside, limiting the opposition's ability to attack through central areas and get dangerous players like a number 6 or a number 10 on the ball. This method of shifting their opposition out wide results in their fullbacks making a high number of tackles and interceptions per game. Left back Renan Lodi makes the most interceptions per 90 for Atletico, 1.98, and right back Kieran Trippier makes the 4th most per 90, 1.21, and they both make over 2.5 tackles per game. Atletico are aggressive, they like to make tackles, and most of their tackles are made in the defensive third, 218. But they also make a significant amount of tackles in the middle third, 173, which would rank them third. The key tacklers in this side, apart from their fullbacks, are their midfielders as expected when playing with a low to mid block. Sal, Koke, Marcos Llorente and Thomas Lemar have all been excellent in winning the ball for the side. Wing play from the fullbacks. Atletico attack down the middle of the pitch with a higher frequency than most of the teams in La Liga. In fact, only Barcelona have utilised a more vertical approach in attack this season. But Simeone's side still utilise the wings in attack like all top teams, and the role of their fullbacks is particularly key in these moments. Atletico have operated more and more in a 3-5-2 formation this season, making the role of the fullbacks or wingbacks even more imperative. In a 3-5-2, the wingbacks are virtually the only source of natural width. This offers Atletico a myriad of benefits in defence, such as having an extra midfielder for their low block and the potential for a 5-man defensive structure. But in attack, it means that players like Kieran Trippier, Yannick Carrasco and Renan Lodi have a massive weight on their shoulders to contribute to the attack. With their reliance on wingbacks, Atletico's shape in attack may sometimes resemble something similar to a 3-4-2-1 if playing with a 3-5-2, with one of those central midfielders joining the front two and the wingbacks holding a relatively steady position as they get up and down the wings. Although Trippier has been such an important player for the team, Atletico actually favour attacks down the left to a greater frequency. This is because all of the team's top dribblers operate on the left and are usually essential to the team's quick attacking transitions. Trippier by comparison is way down at 0.5 successful take-ons per game, with only 0.9 attempted. This illustrates that Kieran Trippier's role in attack compromises more of an emphasis on crossing, switch and play and keeping possession in attack, compared to Carrasco, Lodi and Thomas Lemar, who are all tasked with running with the ball and breaking at speed. But I also want to talk about João Felix. João Felix's role in the team could be seen as a number 10, drifting in between the lines to pick up possession, but he is also very capable and willing to hold a higher position up the field when Luis Suarez comes deep to get the ball himself. With this approach and balance, Atletico most often won't look like they have two forwards, and with the team operating in a mid to low block, João Felix dropping deeper in midfield is a further method of forcing the opposition having to go around Atletico rather than through. João Felix's performances have visibly improved. He so far is creating 2.72 shot actions per game. He's a player who likes to progress play from deeper areas, with most of his touches being in the middle third of the pitch. But behind Angel Carrera and alongside Thomas Lemar, he's the side's top dribbler and currently makes 4 dribbles per game and makes 6.84 progressive carries, second behind Carrasco. So now it's time for my quick summary and the minor details. Despite the outfield players opting to play from the defence, the goalkeeper takes a different approach. Atletico's goalkeeping has attempted the least passes from open play, 18.4, and 58% of the keeper's distribution have been kicks over 40 yards. When it comes to goal kicks, 69.5% of them have been launched, which are passes longer than 40 yards. Atletico have also been the most clinical side so far in the La Liga. They are ranked first with goals per shot, 0.15, and also are first with goals per shot on target, 0.39. In their 24 games so far, they are averaging an XG of 1.32 per game. In possession, Atletico attempt 541 passes per 90, with 216 of them being shorter passes, completing 89.5% of those shorter passes. They also attempt 205 medium passes, with 916 of all passes completed being progressive passes, which would rank them the third most in the league. So there it is, a tactical analyst of Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid in 2020-2021. We are now going to look at the Football Manager 2021 tactic. We are going to check the results. We got some training schedules also, so make sure you stay tuned. Let's check it out now. So here we are, and like usual, I'm spoiling you. We have the 5-3-2 formation, but we also have the 4-4-2. So for the 5-3-2 in goal, we do have the goalkeeper on the defend duty. He's not really going to be a ball playing goalkeeper, as you may say, as we are expecting him to launch some of his goal kicks, throw it long, basically to try and initiate some counter attacks directly. In defence, we have two ball playing defenders, but the one on the left will be asked to dribble more, trying to replicate Mario Hermoso's role in this Atletico side. So he will be a ball playing defender, but he will be dribbling more, looking for more passing angles with the ball. In the middle of the defence, we do have a central defender, and he will be covering, sweeping up any balls that get past our defence. On the left hand side, we do have a complete wing back on the support duty. Naturally, he will be dribbling more, running wide with the ball, getting further forward, staying wide and roaming from his position. This of course is where Yannick Carrasco will be playing, or even Renan Lodi. In this test, I mainly use Renan Lodi as he's more of a natural wing back. So as much as we want the left wing back to get up and down and get further forward and affect play attackingly, we have to remember he still has a job to do in this Atletico side, getting back and defending. The right hand side, we got the wing back on the support duty, which is where Kieran Trippier will be playing. He will be running wide with the ball, but not necessarily dribbling more often. He will be getting further forward and be taking more risks with his passing. If you wanted to, you could add cross more often, but if you look into the box, we do have João Felix and Luis Suarez, who aren't the biggest men in the box, and I feel that crossing more often, we could be wasting a lot of opportunities. In central midfield, we have a deep line playmaker on the defend duty. This of course is where Koke will be playing. So he will be dropping deeper, trying to collect the ball from the defence, but he will also be closing down more and tackling harder because, like I said, Atletico like to make tackles. They are aggressive and most of the tackles are made by central midfielders. So this is why Koke and the ball winning midfielder will of course be winning the ball a lot more often. And the reason why I didn't add any of those instructions to the Mezzala is because Mezzala is someone who likes to do defending slightly further up the field already. So I don't feel he needs to be doing any more closing down than he already is. So we do have a deep line playmaker on the defend duty. We have a ball winning midfielder, which will be the Marcos Llorente role. Marcos Llorente has actually won the ball the most for Atletico Madrid. And on the left hand side of midfield, we do have the Mezzala, where you could play Thomas Lemar and maybe you can recognize him as more of a creative player than Saul. But Saul is also someone that is a regular feature for Atletico Madrid. So this is how I shape my midfield for most of the season. Up top, finally, we have a deep line forward on the support duty. This will be the João Felix role. His instruction is to dribble more, as he likes to dribble, and he will be roaming from his position, trying to pick pockets to be effective, but also I'm trying to replicate the freedom of the movement, as he can pop up anywhere between the defence and the midfield, but also he can drop as deep as coming into the midfield third. And his strike partner is Luis Suarez, someone that's similar. He can drop deep, link up play and play with his back towards the goal, but he is more of an attacking outlet, someone that also likes to attempt to penetrate space and also be the main goal scorer. So Luis Suarez up top with João Felix. We can also talk about the 4-4-2 in defence. We have a ball playing defender with a central defender on cover. The two wing backs now are wing backs on the support. On the left side, we do not have the complete wing back anymore. On the right hand side of midfield, we have an inverted winger. Now this is where Angel Carrera actually plays a lot of games. This is someone who likes to dribble more often, but he also likes to make overlapping runs or underlapping runs with the striker. On the left hand side, we do have the wide midfielder on the support, as this is where Saul may play if Atletico are playing with a 4-4-2. But again, we do have the ball winning midfielder in central midfield partnered with a deep line playmaker. Up top is the two deep line forwards. So now for the team instructions. With the 5-3-2 or the 3-5-2, we are using the positive mentality. Like I said in the analyst, Atletico are still very much a positive side, but this can all depend on who they are playing. So if I played against Real Madrid, if I played against Barcelona, PSG, I actually did drop the mentality back down to balanced. But this here is all a template or a guideline, because if you do want to play like Diego Simeone, then you are expected to make some changes as the season goes along. But for the attacking width, we are set to wide. With the approach play, we can pass into space, and we do not have focus through the middle, but that is something you can add. But what I did notice when using this, we do neglect the left hand side a little, and the left hand side is actually a very dangerous area for us, as we do have a complete wing back on the support duty and a Mezzala also to trying to make dribbles and make things happen. For the passing directness, we left it to standard, but with the tempo, we have set the tempo higher. And the dribbling, we are going to run at the defense, try and be more direct, because in transition, you can see when the possession has been won, we won't be actually making counter movements, though we are a counter-attacking side. So we are going to be relying on players like the Mezzala and the complete wing-back to drag the ball forward, to progress the ball forward with their dribbling. In transition, we will counter-press. The reason why we are not regrouping is because we have a lower line of engagement. Once this lower line of engagement, as you can see, this is where most of the action will happen. This little light green block here, this is where the 2 wing-backs and the 3 central midfielders are. When the possession has been won, these players especially have to be aggressive in trying to win the ball back for our sides, trying to put tackles in and set us up for a counter-attack. So that is the reason why I went with the counter-press and not the regroup. When the goalkeeper is in possession, he will be trying to initiate a counter-attack by distributing it quickly. Out of possession, we have the lower line of engagement, the higher defense line. Again, like I said, a lot of the action happens in the middle of the pitch. With the standard defense line, we have dropped significantly, and a lot of the action will start to happen in the defensive third rather than in the midfield third. So that is the reason why I went with the higher defense line. The defensive width is set to standard rather than narrow, though Atletico like to shift the opponents on the outside. We already have so many central players, so naturally the opposition may look to be shifting the ball outside, as they will find it hard to break through our central play. But when you are playing with the 4-4-2, of course you now have less players in central areas and more in the wider areas, which is why with the defensive width with the 4-4-2, we are going to be forcing the opposition on the outside. With the pressing intensity, we are going with the more urgent. The more urgent pressing intensity will only happen once the line of engagement has been broken. But with the tackling, we are going to be getting stuck in because we are an aggressive side. The 4-4-2 is very similar, but we do this time have focused play through the middle because again we have less play centrally. So now I feel we have to focus greater on getting the ball into the central areas. And that there wraps up the tactics. We have a 4-4-2, but we also have his 5-3-2. We're now going to look at some of the results. So for the competitions, what happened? In the La Liga, we won the league. We played 38, we won 30, which is a lot. We drew 3 and we lost 5. Our star performer was João Felix, though Luis Suarez did start off very well, but then he got a bad injury. If we check here, he got injured for 3 months and his goal scoring record at that point was very good. He started 21 games, he scored 16 goals. With more games under his belt, there's no doubt I believe he will be the top goal scorer in the league. But the top goal scorer for us in the league was João Felix. The player that got the most man of the matches for us was Thomas Lemar, playing as the Mezzala sometimes. And the clean sheets, Jan Oblak got 25 clean sheets from 38 games. So how did we do defensively? Well, we had the best defense in the league, only conceding 19 goals. And we had the most clean sheets with 25 clean sheets, as we've already discovered. But with the tackles won is something that I found very impressive. We came third with the most tackles won in the league with 934 tackles won. And when it comes with shots against us, we were the second best in the league. Real Madrid had the fewest shots against them with 181, and we came in second with 223. Attacking wise, we didn't do too bad either. We were the joint top goal scorers in the league. There were 3 teams. There was Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid and Real Betis. All of us did score 69 goals. And for the expected goals for, we did come in 4th place with 55.27. So for our attacking efficiency, Atletico Madrid were aggressive and we were clinical. Defensively, if we check our defensive efficiency, we were quiet and we were impenetrable. Now that is something that I'm very pleased with when it comes to a Diego Simeone tactic. How do we score most of our goals? If we check, 33 were placed shots, 10 were powerful shots, 7 were headers and 7 were penalties. Most of our assists were from through balls, 12 came from crosses, 4 from corners, 6 from free kicks, 1 from a short pass, 1 from the opposition mistake and 1 from a square ball. So for the squad stats, before we move lastly onto the training, you can see João Felix was the top goal scorer with 24 goals. Luis Suarez managed to score 18 goals in 25 games. Moussa Dembele scored 13 goals in 13 starts. And Angel Carrera got 10 goals in 28 starts. Felipe was our top goal scorer in defence. For our assists, Thomas Lemar made the most assists alongside Kieran Trippier. Luis Suarez also got 7 assists. Koke got 7 assists also alongside Angel Carrera. João Felix for me though was easily my favourite player, but now we are going to look at the training finally before we close the video. So here we are, Diego Simeone. When there's just one match during the week, this is what it looked like. These schedules will also be downloadable with the tactics. But on the Monday is the teamwork, defending disengaged and team bonding. Tuesday is the transition where we restrict space, attacking direct and attacking corners. On the Wednesday is chance creation and match practice. On the Thursday we are defending, attacking movement, defensive shape. Before the Friday is all about teamwork. Saturday is the match, Sunday is the rest and match review. If there's 2 games in the week, say that game's on the Wednesday, then on the Monday is all about teamwork, defending disengaged and attacking movement. Before Tuesday is the defensive shape for the match on Wednesday. Thursday we recover, then we do some attacking direct training before Friday teamwork and the match on Saturday, and then we do our match review on the Sunday alongside our recovery session. My name is RDF and it's been a pleasure recording this for you. And don't forget, if you're new and you haven't yet, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. My name is RDF, it's been a pleasure, and remember, stay safe.